Christabel is a poem by Samuel Taylor Coleridge. You probably know him better from The Rime of the Ancient Mariner or Kubla Khan. Coleridge seems, at least to me, to have been a troubled poet. He seems to have had some self-esteem problems that plagued him most of his life, which is not uncommon for poets of his time. Well, and probably today too. Originally, Christabel was written to be published in Lyrical Ballads, which was a book published in 1798 that had poems of his and William Wordsworth's. This was actually William Wordsworth's book, and he invited Coleridge to write some poems for it. You could kind of describe their relationship as best friends. It wasn't uncommon for them to write together. I mean, writing their own works in the same location. So it seemed natural for Wordsworth to include Coleridge in his most significant work that he'd done up to that point. Maybe his most significant work ever. So Coleridge wrote several poems to be included in Lyrical Ballads. Christabel and The Rime of the Ancient Mariner are two. The Rime of the Ancient Mariner was included in Lyrical Ballads, but Christabel was not, because Wordsworth decided that Christabel just didn't fit the tone and purpose of the publication, so he left it out. Much to the consternation of Coleridge, I might add. Leaving out the poem was part of the fracturing of their friendship that took most of their lives to fix. So you might think, since they're really good friends, Wordsworth should have maybe added Christabel just to keep their friendship going. But in Wordsworth's defense, the poem's not finished. The poem included 2 parts, but Coleridge planned to add another 2 or 3 parts to it. So can you imagine the conversation they had about the poem and not publishing it? Can you imagine Coleridge goes over to Wordsworth's house and he's like, "Hey, Billy." "Oh, hey, Sam, what's up?" "Oh, not much. Just talked to, still trying to get that inheritance?" "Yeah, I think I'm making progress." "Good to hear. Anyway, I was wondering if you've had a chance to read Christabel yet." "Christabel?" "Yeah, you know, that poem I sent to you to include in Lyrical Ballads." I've been kind of busy. It isn't that long of a poem. I really want it in Lyrical Ballads. Can you please read it?" "Wait, is that the one about the mastiff barking at an owl, and then a girl wakes up in the middle of the night, runs out from her castle to a tree and prays for the safety of her betrothed?" Yeah, that's the one. Christabel is the name of the poem, and the girl who wakes up. Why would she run a furlong from the castle over the moat? Why not just pray right there in her chamber? Because... So, after Christabel prays, she's startled by a strange woman hiding in the other side of the tree. Yes. How big is this tree that someone can hide on the other side of it? Well, it is a huge, old, broad tree. Okay. How did she get there in the first place? Oh, Geraldine, that's her name, was left there by 5 warriors who kidnapped her the morning previous from her home. All right. She was kidnapped from her wealthy father's castle and forced to ride horseback all night long, right? In spite of all that horseback riding and sitting at this tree for who knows how long, she's dressed in an unstained silken white robe? Right. I have a question about that. What? If they kidnapped her, why then would they drop her off at this really big tree and leave? I mean, they told her they would be right back and to stay there. But why didn't they just take her with them? Well, that's a good question. Okay, so then Christabel offers to help Geraldine. She offers to have her father's men take her home. Yes, but then she thinks it's late and her dad is unwell, so she suggests they wait until the morning. But wouldn't she want to just get home as quickly as possible? Presumably, but neither wanted to bother anyone else at such a late hour. Are you sure that's the reason? Anyway, Christabel offers to let Geraldine sleep on the couch in her chamber room, so they sneak through the castle to her chamber room. What about the mastiff? They didn't wake her when they snuck past? No. Wait, an owl can wake her and annoy her, but 2 women slinking past won't? Sure. Right. In her chamber, it's dark, but strange statues can still be seen on the wall. Christabel trims the lamp hanging from the angel's statue's foot. Geraldine seems to really not like these angels. Yes, these angels disturb Geraldine. So as these ladies are preparing for bed, Geraldine starts praying. It seems she's actually possessed rather than praying, is that correct? Yes. So she's a witch? Maybe. After she prays, she puts Christabel under a spell? Yes, so that she can get Christabel to do what she wants. What she has Christabel do? Yes. Adult activities? Yes. Do you really think this is a good choice for the direction of the poem? Sure, why not? Well, Lyrical Ballads will be a breakthrough publication that will kickstart the literary period called Romanticism. So should we add a poem with this type of content? You asked me to write poems that were supernatural in nature. Yeah, something more like The Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Let's keep going. I know you'll add this to Lyrical Ballads in the end. Okay. The next morning, Christabel introduces Geraldine to her father, Sir Leoline. Yes, I remember. The poem says that Geraldine tells Sir Leoline that she is the daughter of some guy that Sir Leoline knew as a child. Yeah, Lord Roland de Vaux from Triermain. Right, couldn't you pick an easier name to say? I couldn't come up with anything that rhymed with again. Okay. So Roland and Leoline were friends as kids, but then said mean things to each other so they stopped being friends? Yes, that'll never happen to us. At this point, Leoline falls under Geraldine's spell too, right? Yes, but Christabel is not happy about this. Well, I guess not. What's going on with this nightmare Leoline's bard Bracy has? Well, first, Leoline tells his bard, Bracy, to take men to go to Roland's to tell him that Geraldine is there and that she's safe. Then Bracy tells that the previous night he had this horrible nightmare of a dove being trapped by a snake. Bracy insists the dove represents Christabel and the snake is Geraldine. What makes him think the snake is Geraldine? Because I wrote it that way. Gotcha. Bracy's mistrust of Geraldine makes Christabel feel like she's not alone, so she tells her father to send Geraldine away. But Leoline refuses. Yes, then he insists Bracy take leave to Roland's. Okay, so here's a part that confuses me. The poem you sent me ends here. Can you send me the rest? Oh, that's all I have. It's not done? Right, but I'll get it done. How much is left to write? Oh, I don't know. Maybe 2, 3 more parts. 2 or 3 more parts? We're supposed to publish Lyrical Ballads soon. I know, but don't worry, Billy. It'll get done. Sam, I think we should just set this poem aside and publish it some other time. Maybe in a different publication. What? Why? I don't know. It just doesn't seem like an appropriate poem for what we want for Lyrical Ballads. Why not? It's a ballad. Yes, but I don't know. The whole concept is not supernatural the way your others are. Look, why don't you finish it and I can reconsider it? Well, that's just not going to happen. I'm going to hold this for the next 16 years and print it in a pamphlet with Kubla Khan, which is another poem I won't finish.